Hey guys, today we're unboxing the United States Congress. So let's get started. Congress is the legislative or lawmaking branch of the U.S. government. According to the Constitution, it's the most important part of our government. That's because Congress is the only branch of government whose members are elected directly by average Americans. But what does Congress do exactly? Congress is responsible for writing, debating, and passing bills. Proposals for new laws. If a bill is passed by Congress and then approved by the president, she or he then signs it into law. Congress has 535 members and meets in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Congress has two houses, the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. The House of Representatives has 435 members, called representatives, and the Senate has 100 senators. The framers of the Constitution divided Congress this way in order to balance the interests of large and small states. Texas, for example, has a huge population and 36 representatives. Vermont, which has a small population, has just one. This system gives states with larger populations greater power in the House. But every state gets exactly 2 senators. You get 2, you get 2, you get 2. You get the point. Everyone gets 2. This system gives states with small populations as strong a voice in the Senate as states with large populations. Together, both houses of Congress serve as the voice of the American people in our government. After all, we elect them to represent us. Hey guys, today we're unboxing the United States Supreme Court. So let's get started. The U.S. Supreme Court is the highest court in the nation. It heads up the judicial branch of the U.S. government. The Supreme Court is made up of 9 judges, called justices. The court reviews cases to determine whether state or federal laws violate the U.S. Constitution. The court can overturn laws that do. By reviewing a law passed by Congress or an order made by the president, the Supreme Court checks and balances the power of the other branches of government. Justices are appointed to their positions by the president. They serve for life or until they retire. The Supreme Court is headed by the Chief Justice. The current Chief Justice is John G. Roberts, Jr. I feel like we could have some bloopers. Every year, the Supreme Court is asked to hear thousands of cases, but it accepts only about 80 per term. There's a good reason for that. As the most powerful court in the country, any decision made by the Supreme Court is final, unless a future Supreme Court finds that ruling to be very wrong. So why should you care about the Supreme Court? By evaluating whether laws violate the Constitution, it affects the lives of all Americans, including you. Today we're unboxing the United States presidency. So let's get started. Being the elected leader of the United States isn't easy. After all, the president has to run the entire country. The president's main job is to oversee the executive branch of the federal government. To help out, the president selects a group of advisors, called a cabinet. The president also decides whether or not to sign bills approved by Congress into law. Another key task is nominating people for open seats on the U.S. Supreme Court. Every year, the president proposes a budget for the nation, a plan for how much money the government will spend and what it will spend it on. The president is also the commander-in-chief of the U.S. military. That means she or he makes major decisions about where to send troops and who will lead them. Another crucial presidential task is leading U.S. foreign policy. The president decides how the U.S. will work with other countries. This includes meeting with other world leaders, signing agreements with other nations, and helping countries in need.
Sounds like a lot, right?
And that's not even all of it. All that responsibility makes the United States presidency one of the most powerful positions in the world.